Hi guys, welcome again to another edition of Heels Kitchen. I'm Tracy, thanks for joining me in my kitchen, courtesy of Mountain High Appliance. All the appliances you see in here, I got at Mountain High Appliance. They've got showrooms in Louisville and Littleton, and today we're actually taking it to the grill. It's summertime and it's hot. Hey, cooking for a family, I like to do things that everyone will eat. It's, economical, you have to afford it, right? But also, it's stuff that you usually have in your pantry. So we're doing chicken thighs today, strictly just the thighs. I've removed the skin, but I like the bone-in chicken thighs. And this is a dry rub that I make from my own garden out of sage, garlic, and salt. So the first thing I do after I remove the skin is pat all the chicken thighs dry, because you really want the dry rub to stick to it. And if you're already thinking that, it's gonna get so dry in the grill, you took the skin off, don't worry. I promise you everything will be very juicy. So there is no pretty way to do this other than just get in on it with some clean hands on these dry chicken thighs and take this rub and kind of work it in. Make sure it sticks to it, and you're gonna wanna get both sides of the thighs. Just spending a lot of time rubbing some thighs today. All right, so transfer all these over to a tray just to bring them out to the grill. Now remember, this has got a lot of salt in it with that sage rub, so the only thing I'm gonna do is sprinkle just a little bit of pepper on the top of them. So it doesn't dry out, because I did take that skin off. I always finish it off and just kind of top it off with a nice drizzle of olive oil. This also, I think, adds such nice flavor. It blends really, really well with the sage, with the lemon we're about to put on it. So this was zesting a lemon. I do this sometimes I leave it off. It's really good both ways, because I use this sage rub in a lot of different things. I do pork roasts in the winter with it. And one of the things you'll find is if you start to make it, especially if you grow sage, it grows like a weed. You can't kill it practically. But this keeps in the refrigerator. Like, I make it throughout the season in the summer. And this stuff that I was using is actually last season stuff. So it keeps really well, because all that kosher salt you're gonna see in it kind of pickles it in a way and keeps it fresh. So this lemon kind of brightens everything up before we throw it on the grill. And with that, I'm gonna go turn the grill on medium heat, and I'm gonna let these sit in the refrigerator for about an hour before I put them on the grill. So here's how I make the sage dry rub that I use on so many things. First of all, pick a bunch of fresh sage. There's no real measurements to this. I really do go by look, so hopefully you get a feel for it. But a ton of this, because it's all gonna process down. If you don't grow sage, you can find it at a ton of grocery stores. It's not expensive, and this makes a lot. All right, so a whole bunch of sage in there, almost to that top. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cloves of garlic. But you have to remember, I used a half a jar. This will probably make 2 whole jars, and I used it on like 6 or 7 thighs and a half a jar. So, and a ton of kosher salt. And ultimately what I'm looking for with this is a really wet consistency. That's how you know it's like all together. That's how you know it'll last. Let's take a look. You can see how there's kind of a wet look to the leaves. That's exactly what you want to make sure that it's done. And then again, this will stay in a jar in your refrigerator. I've kept it in there for like a year. Fresh off the grill, you guys, here they are, your sage rubbed grilled chicken thighs. I sliced up a lemon and put it on the plate just because I always think it's nice to put one of the flavors that people are gonna be tasting in the food presented on the plate. They weren't too hard. I think you're really gonna like them. You can find this recipe at KYGO.com. A huge thank you to Mountain High Appliance, presenting sponsor of Heels Kitchen. Again, all of my appliances in my own home from Mountain High Appliance. See them today in Louisville and Littleton. We'll see you next time on Heels Kitchen.